Lord forgive me for this trap shit. Sergeant Smack making backflip. Telly Hank did with the action. With the Vato speaking Spanish. Frank Matthews, how I vanish. Poof. Came back like I'm King Tut. Gold BBS is on a beamer. When Fat Cat was 10 queens up. Ball off the profit, not the re-up. Fly like Puerto Rican Jesus. Uptown like I'm Baby Maine. Just caught a touchdown from the Bay.
A subsequent inspection of the vehicle by agents revealed the presence of approximately 157 pounds of marijuana inside several large duffel bags in the rear cargo area, end quote. 157 pounds. 157 pounds of cron. 157. That is the weight of an adult male. Greg Robinson was rolling around with Manny Pacquiao's body weight in weed in the back of his SUV. Manny Pacquiao's body weight and then some. 157 pounds is a lightweight UFC fighter before a weight cut. That weed would have to get into a sauna and drop 2 pounds before it would be allowed to get in the cage with Habib. And this guy is just driving around with all of that in the back of his car. 157 pounds is more than I weigh right now. I would have to hit a few In-N-Out chocolate shakes to ding the scale with what that guy had in the back of his truck. 157. But before you next start saying that he's the next Pablo Escobar, depending on the quality of the product, he was driving around with anywhere between 300 grand and 750 gur in street value pot. Now that seems like a lot of money, right? Until you remember that Greg Robinson's salary with the Browns last season was $5.5 million before roster bonuses. In other words, this guy's driving around with roughly a game check of cron. And for that, he is now facing the possibility of 20 years in prison.
You get him protection, or do you get him a Sammy Watkins or a Mike Evans, somebody that can go and get the football out of the air? They have to be thinking about that. You know, Tavon Austin last year was a great fast player, but not that every down receiver they need. If you're going to put the guy on the block, get me some every down guy to catch that pass.
And there's Ty Burrell of Modern Family, big-time Rams fan, who is sitting at the Rams table.
Which one is he?
He's the one in the middle.
Otherwise known as Phil Dunphy.
That's right,
Phil Dunphy is going to select this pick. Mike, with 45 seconds to go until the commissioner's up there. Yeah? Your thoughts? Your thoughts with 40 seconds to go until we hear it.
What Marshall said about the division they play in dictates to me what this pick's going to be. Robinson's 332 pounds. What's really intriguing is they've got a guy named Joe Barksdale, who's their right tackle. They might even take Robinson and play him inside for a year or two before they kick him outside and protect from the inside out. Trust me, physicality wins in that division, and Robinson fits.
And again, this is the last first-round choice of a trade that was made 2 years ago. Let's hear who the Rams have selected. Second overall, their first of 2 picks tonight.
With the second pick in the 2014 NFL Draft, the St. Louis Rams select Greg Robinson, tackle, Auburn.
Turn up!
Also new this afternoon, a former NFL player faces multiple drug charges after getting arrested in Lafourche Parish during a traffic stop. Thibodaux police pulled over Gregory Robinson on East Bayou Road. Police said canine officers sniffed out drugs inside the car and found cocaine, crack cocaine, oxycodone, and more. All of this, cops say, added up to more than $120,000. Robinson was an offensive tackle in the NFL. He played for the Rams, the Lions, and the Browns.
Yo, we back. It's your boy Pop-A-Lot. Mob ties. We on our way to Louisiana with it. Thibodaux to be exact. but we gonna shoot to LA and catch some plays with the Rams. We gonna ball out in Cleveland with the Browns, and we gonna do our thing in the D with the Lions. Now, today we are gonna be covering a guy by the name of Gregory Robinson, but myself, I'm gonna call him 2 times, and y'all gonna see why by the end. Now, a little bit about Gregory Robinson. Like I said, he's from Thibodaux, Louisiana. Now, about the city of Thibodaux, it's roughly about 15,000 people, so it sounds like a pretty small city. And when I looked at the race breakdown of the city, it's about 54% white, about 38% so African American, and then the rest are going to be Hispanic, Asian, and Native American descent. But for the most part, like I said, sounds like a very, very small city. And Gregory Robinson was a big man in that city, figuratively speaking and literally. Standing at about 6'5", 332 pounds, Gregory Robinson attended Thibodaux High School, and he was a 2-time All-State lineman for the Tigers football team. Now, this despite him not playing offense in his freshman and sophomore years. He was moved to the offense during his junior year, and after his senior year, he would participate in the famed U.S. Army All-American Bowl. Now, he would play good enough during his junior and senior years, where the famed Rivals.com, which pretty much ranks sports athletes and different sports, primarily, I want to say basketball and football, as far as their classes. And he was good enough to be ranked the 2nd best guard prospect coming out of high school that year. Now, he would go on to attend the famed Auburn University in Alabama, and he was redshirted the year of 2011, and he would end up taking over the starting left tackle job in 2012, where he would start 11 games. And as a sophomore in 2013, he would go on to have his best year in college, which would lead to him being a first-team All-SEC selection. Now, anybody that know football or would have been in this position would have been seeing dollar signs. So just as you expect, he would put his name in the hat for the NFL draft in 2014 and only would be selected behind one person, Jadeveon Clowney, and would go on to be selected in front of some people that are NFL royalty today. And for instance, Aaron Donald, he was selected before. Khalil Mack, he was selected before. Jimmy Garoppolo, Odell Beckham, Mike Evans, Derek Carr, Zach Martin, and that's just to name a few of the people that Gregory Robinson would go on to be selected 2nd overall by the St. Louis Rams in the 2014 NFL Draft. Now, on June 16, 2014, he would go on to sign a fully guaranteed 4-year, $21.28 million rookie contract that also included a $13.79 million signing bonus with no offset language. Now, I don't know what the fuck that shit mean, but I don't want no offset language in none of my contracts, dog. Now, his play on the field for the Rams was just so-so, which would lead to him being traded on June 15th, 2017 to the Detroit Lions, which he would last with them for about a year. Then he would move on to the Cleveland Browns in 2018. In 2019, he remained a starting left tackle for the Browns, only missing one game in Week 13 versus the Pittsburgh Steelers that year with a concussion. Now, he would go on to become an unrestricted free agent in 2019, and that's where things would take a drastic turn for Gregory Robinson, because on February the 18th, 2020, Robinson was picked up by El Paso County and Border Patrol, and he was said to be in possession of 156.9 pounds of marijuana. Now, riding with him was his college teammate and ex-NFL player, a guy by the name of Quan Bray. After doing my research on him, it looked like after that arrest, he pretty much tried to get his situation back on track, where he went to play for the CFL. Now, according to court documents, they was stopped around 7:15 p.m. on a Monday evening after Border Patrol dog-sniffing dogs alerted to the rear cargo door of their 2020 Chevrolet Tahoe. Now, according to those same court documents, Robinson and Bray were not trying to re-enter the country from Mexico. Rather, they was trying to go from Los Angeles to Louisiana and hit the checkpoint on the way. Now, I have no knowledge of that, and anybody tuned in, all my geographical majors, y'all get in the comment box. Let me know about a way that you can get to Louisiana from Los Angeles, or Los Angeles to Louisiana. Just sounds wild. But a third person was arrested with them, and it was an Uber driver. So it's not said if they caught an Uber and it was their packages in the back, or if the Uber driver was just with them. But the Uber driver was not charged, and it said during the stop that Robinson and Bray allegedly tried to get the Uber driver to take the fall for the weed, which he declined. They would go on to face upwards of 20 years in prison if convicted for that crime. Now, at the time for sentencing for that case, let's just say it was Gregory Robinson's lucky day, because he was only sentenced to 5 years probation with a $5,000 fine. Now, I don't know who his lawyer was or what the situation was surrounding that case, but hey, we need to get his number so we can have it on the ticker running at the bottom of all of these episodes, just in case anybody get caught in some shit, because he spanked that case. And if you his friend, I would beware, man. That's all I'm saying. So we would think after all of that, kind of going high as you can go, or definitely higher than most people ever could imagine going in the NFL draft, then being stopped in a weed bus near the border with over 100 pounds. We going to chill. We just going to relax it out. But according to the USA Today, as reported on February 9th, 2022, former number 2 overall NFL draft pick Gregory Robinson arrested on felony drug charges. Now, Gregory Robinson, who is 29 at the time of this arrest, authorities going to say that he was pulled over in the 2021 black Cadillac Escalade for a traffic violation, which led to a search. Now, after the search, they're going to say that authorities uncovered about $120,000 worth of drugs, and the drugs would break down like this. He would get caught with 3 pounds of crystal meth, 2.2 pounds of cocaine, nearly 40 pounds of marijuana, 4 grams of crack cocaine. Now, what did Denzel say to Snoop in Training Day? What's that? Crack. That's right. Jimmy Crack Horn. 1, 2, 3, 4. You federally fucked, bruh. Now, just to top it off, they're going to say he had 227 doses of hydrocodone and 48 doses of oxycodone and about 18 doses of some shit called alprazolam that I can't even pronounce, but they're going to say it's a generic form of Xanax. So with him getting off with that case fairly easy, I want to say 5 years probation, a little $5,000 fine, do y'all think he gonna run into the same judge, or he gonna get the same lawyer? What y'all think the outcome of this situation is? And anytime we cover somebody, a sports athlete, that kind of have some kind of situation like this, and this is gonna be a next level situation when you get caught with these amount of packages, we ask ourselves, is this one of the top tales in sports history, up there with my guy Victor Page? I always have to mention my guy Maurice Clarett. We can talk about Mike Tyson, but the thing about Mike Tyson is he reached the mountaintop of his goal. We can talk about Michael Vick, but the thing about it, he was able to come back and make it back into the NFL. Y'all get in the comment box and y'all let me know who I might be mistaken, because every time we run these, it's always somebody that I kind of forget about. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, on Twitter. It's your boy Pop-A-Lot, POP_A_LOT. We going to be back with some more Real Trill Spill shit. Y'all make sure y'all hit the bell right under this video so y'all know when this Real Trill Spill shit is coming your way. And y'all get at me, man. Let me know who we missed, what cities we ain't been to, who we need to cover, where we need to go next. And y'all get at me however y'all see fit. Text me, call me, mention me, tag me, email me, CC me, stop me in the streets. I'm with it all. It's your boy Pop-A-Lot. Y'all already know what it is. The mob. Mob.